Thailand. When you hear that name, you probably think of beautiful beaches, amazing temples, and friendly people. Tourists love visiting the land of smiles, but behind all the beauty, there's a hidden story, one where not everyone is smiling. This story is about single women in Thailand. Even though Thailand is becoming more modern, old traditions still make life hard for women, especially if they aren't married. If a woman chooses to stay single, or if she just hasn't found the right person, life can be a real struggle. They face pressure from society, it's harder for them to earn money, and sometimes they can't get the help they need. This video will look at the struggles of single women in Thailand. We'll talk about the pressure they feel to get married and have kids, the problems they have earning enough money, and the difficult topics of domestic violence and reproductive rights. In Thailand, there's an important idea called kreng jai. This concept is deeply rooted in Thai culture and influences many aspects of daily life. It's a way of showing respect and consideration for others, often by avoiding conflict and maintaining harmony in social interactions. It means being respectful and avoiding arguments. People often go out of their way to ensure they do not inconvenience or upset others, even if it means suppressing their own feelings or opinions. This cultural norm can be seen in various settings, from family gatherings to workplace environments. It's a good thing in many ways, but it can also make it hard for people to speak up when something is wrong. The desire to maintain peace and avoid confrontation can sometimes lead to issues being left unaddressed, which can be particularly challenging in situations where open communication is necessary. This can be especially true for women. From a young age, many girls in Thailand are taught to be polite, obedient, and to prioritize the needs of others over their own. These expectations can shape their behavior and choices throughout their lives. Many girls in Thailand are taught from a young age that they should grow up, get married, and have kids. This traditional view of a woman's role in society is still prevalent, and it can create significant pressure for women to conform to these expectations. Getting married is seen as very important, something that makes a family proud. Weddings are often grand celebrations, and a successful marriage is viewed as a key milestone in a woman's life. The societal emphasis on marriage can be overwhelming for those who may have different aspirations. If a woman isn't married, especially if she's a little older, she might feel pressure from her family and society. This pressure can manifest in subtle comments or direct inquiries about her marital status, making her feel scrutinized and judged. Sometimes people use the term sheng dut, which means being left on the shelf. This term carries a negative connotation and can be hurtful, reinforcing the idea that a woman's worth is tied to her marital status. This pressure can be really hard on single women. They may struggle with feelings of inadequacy and loneliness, questioning their value and place in society. They might feel like they aren't good enough or like they don't belong. The societal expectations can lead to a sense of isolation and self-doubt, making it difficult for them to pursue their own goals and dreams. They might feel pressure from their family to get married, even if they don't want to. Family members may express concern or disappointment, adding to the emotional burden these women carry. They are often expected to take care of their parents and siblings, even if it means giving up their own dreams. This sense of duty and responsibility can be overwhelming, leaving little room for personal growth and fulfillment. Despite these challenges, many Thai women find ways to navigate societal pressures and carve out their own paths, balancing tradition with their individual aspirations. It can be hard for single women in Thailand to earn enough money. Even though Thailand has grown richer, women often get paid less than men for doing the same job, and it's harder for them to get promoted. This makes it really hard for single women to live on their own and take care of their families. Single moms have it especially tough. They have to work and take care of their kids, and childcare can be very expensive. This can make it hard for them to get a better education or a better job, and it can keep them stuck in poverty. When single women don't have enough money, it affects everything. They might not be able to go to school, or they might not be able to afford a good place to live or see a doctor. They might also be more at risk of being hurt or taken advantage of. It's really important for women to be able to get birth control and safe abortions. Access to these services is a fundamental aspect of reproductive health care, which ensures that women can make informed decisions about their bodies and futures. Birth control allows women to plan their families, pursue their careers, and maintain their health. Safe abortions, on the other hand, are crucial for women who face unplanned pregnancies or health complications. Without these options, women's autonomy and well-being are significantly compromised. But in Thailand, it can be hard for single women to get these things. The societal norms and cultural expectations often create barriers that prevent single women from accessing reproductive health care. For instance, single women may face judgment or stigma when seeking birth control or abortion services. This societal pressure can be overwhelming, making it difficult for them to prioritize their health and well-being. People don't like to talk about sex before marriage, and there's a lot of pressure to have kids if you are married. This cultural silence around premarital sex means that many young people, especially women, lack the necessary information and resources to make informed decisions about their sexual health. Additionally, married women often face immense pressure to conceive and bear children, which can lead to unwanted pregnancies and further complicate their access to reproductive health care. This makes it hard for single women to get birth control or learn about family planning. The lack of open dialogue and education around these topics means that many women are left in the dark about their options. They may not know where to go for help or what services are available to them. This lack of information can lead to unintended pregnancies and other health issues that could have been prevented with proper education and resources. Abortion is allowed in some cases in Thailand, but many people think it's wrong. The legal framework around abortion is restrictive, and societal attitudes are often harsh. This combination makes it difficult for women to access safe abortion services. Even when they are legally entitled to an abortion, the stigma and judgment they face can be a significant deterrent. This societal disapproval can lead to feelings of shame and isolation for women who seek abortions. Single women might be afraid to ask for an abortion because they are worried about what people will think, or because they are worried about getting in trouble. The fear of social ostracism and legal repercussions can be paralyzing. This fear often forces women to seek unsafe, illegal abortions, which can have devastating consequences for their health and lives. The lack of support and understanding from society only exacerbates their plight. If they can't get a safe abortion, they might try dangerous methods, or they might have to have a baby they don't want. The desperation to terminate an unwanted pregnancy can lead women to take extreme measures, such as self-induced abortions or seeking help from unqualified practitioners. These methods are not only unsafe but can also be life-threatening. Alternatively, being forced to carry an unwanted pregnancy to term can have long-lasting emotional and financial impacts on a woman's life. Not having good sex education makes things even worse. Comprehensive sex education is crucial for empowering young people with the knowledge they need to make informed decisions about their sexual health. Without it, they are left vulnerable to misinformation and risky behaviors. The lack of proper education in schools means that many young people do not understand how to protect themselves from unwanted pregnancies and sexually transmitted infections. If young people, especially young women, don't learn about their bodies and how to protect themselves, they might get pregnant without wanting to, have unsafe abortions, or get sick. The consequences of inadequate sex education are far-reaching. Young women who are not educated about their reproductive health are more likely to experience unintended pregnancies, resort to unsafe abortion methods, and suffer from preventable health issues. Providing comprehensive sex education and accessible reproductive health care is essential for safeguarding the health and futures of young women in Thailand. Domestic violence is a problem all over the world. It is a pervasive issue that transcends borders, cultures, and socioeconomic statuses. No matter where you go, the shadow of domestic violence looms large, affecting countless lives in its wake. It happens in every country and to women from all walks of life. From bustling urban centers to quiet rural villages, no community is immune. Women, regardless of their age, race, or economic background, can find themselves trapped in abusive relationships. In Thailand, even though people are trying to stop it, domestic violence is still a big problem. Despite numerous efforts by organizations and activists to raise awareness and provide support, the issue persists. Cultural norms and societal pressures often make it difficult to address the root causes effectively. Single women, especially those who don't have much money or support from friends and family, are more likely to be hurt by their partners. The lack of financial independence and social support networks makes them particularly vulnerable. They often feel isolated and helpless with nowhere to turn. Some people think it's okay for men to hurt women, and that makes the problem worse. These harmful beliefs are deeply ingrained in some cultures, perpetuating a cycle of violence that is hard to break. Education and changing societal attitudes are crucial in combating these dangerous mindsets. It can be very hard for victims of domestic violence to ask for help. Fear of retaliation, shame, and the stigma associated with being a victim often prevent them from reaching out. Many women suffer in silence, enduring years of abuse without ever seeking assistance. They might be afraid of what their partner will do, or they might feel ashamed. The fear of escalating violence or losing custody of their children can be paralyzing. Additionally, societal judgment and victim blaming can make them feel responsible for their situation. Sometimes they don't know where to go for help. The lack of accessible resources and information can leave them feeling trapped. Many women are unaware of the support services available to them, or they may not trust these services to provide the help they need. The COVID-19 pandemic made domestic violence even worse. Everywhere in the world, lockdowns and social distancing measures, while necessary to curb the spread of the virus, had unintended consequences. The isolation and economic strain exacerbated the conditions that lead to domestic violence. Being stuck at home, losing jobs, and not being able to see friends and family made things very stressful. And this led to more violence at home. The pandemic created a perfect storm of stressors that increased the frequency and severity of domestic abuse incidents. Many women were trapped with their abusers and couldn't get away. The restrictions on movement and the closure of support services left them with few options. For many, the home became a prison and the hope of escape seemed more distant than ever. The laws in Thailand don't always help single women. It can be hard for them to get things like money from the government, a place to live, and healthcare. This makes it even harder for them to get ahead. The laws need to change so that single women have the same opportunities as married women. More and more women in Thailand are choosing to stay single. This is changing families and society in big ways. With fewer women getting married and having children, families look different now. It's important to understand these changes and how they affect everyone. We need to talk about the problems single women face and help them. If we understand their struggles and appreciate everything they do, we can make things better for them. We can do this by creating programs to help them, teaching people about their situation and changing laws. Everyone can do something to support single women. Even though life is hard, single women in Thailand are strong and hopeful. They keep working for a better future. Their stories show us how powerful people can be. By helping these women, we can help them achieve their dreams.